World's greatest stretch. Starting on your left leg, pull your right knee towards your chest and hold for 10 seconds. Keep your left leg engaged. Take a big step forward with your right foot, sinking down into a lunge stretch. Bring your arms up above your head. Keep your balance. Feel the stretch from the front of your left thigh and hold for 10 seconds. Both hands down on the floor inside your front foot, sinking down into your right hip, feeling the stretch in your right hip as you come forward. Hold for 10 seconds. Right hand on your right knee, push towards the outside. Feel an opening in your hip and keep coming forwards. Hold for 10 seconds. Right hand straight up towards the ceiling, looking at your hand as you feel a twist in your mid-back and keep feeling the stretch in your right hip. Hold for 10 seconds. Then straighten your right leg, toes off the ground. Feel a stretch in your right hamstring and your right calf and hold for 10 seconds. That's the first round on one side. So we're going to switch legs. So keeping your right leg engaged, bring your left knee up towards your chest, hold your balance. Pull your knee into your chest, hold for 10 seconds. Take a big step forward into a lunge stretch, arms up above your head. Keep your pelvis tilted posteriorly. Hold for 10 seconds. Both hands down on the floor inside your front leg, sinking down into your left hip. See how far forwards you can sink into your hip. It's a nice deep stretch. Hold. Push your left knee towards the outside, opening the hip while keeping on coming forwards into the hip. Left hand up towards the ceiling, looking at your left hand, twisting in the mid-back while keeping on stretching into the left hip. Might feel some heat in that left hip. Then straighten your left leg, toes off the ground, stretching the hamstring and the calf. The more you straighten the leg, the more the stretch. Hold. First round complete. Switching legs again. Swinging the right knee up towards your chest. Try and hold your balance onto the left leg. Pulling your knee in towards your chest. Keep your left leg engaged with the glutes and pulling your kneecap off the floor. Take a big step forward with the right leg into a lunge stretch. Arms up, posterior pelvic tilt. The more you tilt your pelvis posteriorly, the more you feel the stretch in the front of the left thigh. Hands on the floor, stretching into your right hip, coming forwards. Right hand on your right knee, opening the hip, still coming forwards. Might feel some emotions start to circulate with this deep hip stretch. Right hand up to the ceiling, looking at your right hand, opening the torso, stretching into the hip. Hands on the floor, straighten your right leg, hamstring, calf stretch. Switch legs, keep your balance, keep the right leg engaged, pull the kneecap up off the floor, keep your glutes strong, pull your left knee in towards your chest. Big step forward for a lunge stretch onto the left foot, arms up, posterior pelvic tilt, keep lunging forwards, hands down on the floor. Left hip stretch, coming forward into the left hip. See if you can go further than last time. Left hand on the inside of your left knee, push the leg out, open the hip, keep on coming forwards. Open your torso, left hand to the ceiling, looking at your left hand, keep stretching into the left hip. And straighten your left leg, hamstring and calf stretch. Toes off the ground. Bring your nose down towards your knee. Back up onto your left leg. Hold the balance to finish off. Next we're going to do a 1 minute squat hold. You can use a rolled up towel to elevate your heels if you need. The higher your heels, the easier. And then sink down into a low squat. Bring your hands in front of your heart. You can place your elbows on the inside of your knees if you like. Try and keep your chest open. Keep your back as straight as you can. And breathing in through the nose. Feel the breath coming down into the belly. You can visualize a warm orange light entering through the nose, going down through the chest, into the lungs, down into the hips. You might feel a warmth coming into the hips. Another 20 seconds. Try and keep your chest open, your back straight. You can rock a little bit into your hips if you like. Just feel a rocking into the left, a rocking into the right. 10 seconds. Keep breathing. Keep the chest open. 5. And that's 1 minute. Come up. Next, we're going to do some squat mobility. First, sink down into a low squat. Place your right hand on your left ankle and using your left elbow, push your left knee to the outside, feeling the stretch in your left hip. Repeat this 5 times, and on the last one, hold the stretch for 5 seconds. Then switch sides, place your left hand on your right ankle, use your right elbow to open your right hip 5 times. On the 5th opening, hold the stretch for 5 seconds. Then keeping your left hand on your right ankle, open your right arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Each time you open, try and get a little bit further into the stretch. Repeat this 5 times. And switch sides, opening your left arm towards the ceiling above your head. Try and open a little bit further on each repetition. Repeat 5 times. The last one you can hold a little bit longer if you like. And come back to a neutral squat. Open your chest up towards the ceiling, then bend forwards down towards the ground. Repeating 5 times. Open your chest up towards the ceiling. Look up as you open your chest. After the 5th one, you can come up out of your squat, take a little break. That's the first round, and then we're going to do it all again. So sink down into a low squat, place your right hand on your left ankle, and then open your left hip 5 times. On the 5th repetition, hold the stretch for 5 seconds. Then switch sides, opening your right hip. Try and keep your squat straight. Don't twist your body, just opening the hip only. You should really feel it into the right hip. Then keeping your left hand on your right ankle, open your right arm up towards the ceiling above your head 5 times. Really feel an opening each time you bring your hand up towards the ceiling. Last one you can hold a little bit longer. Switch sides, left hand up towards the ceiling, looking up and following your hand with your eyes as you repeat each time. Then back to a neutral squat, hands in front of the heart, opening the chest, looking up towards the ceiling, then bending back down towards the ground. Thoracic mobility, repeat 5 times. And you're done. For wrist, hand, and shoulder mobility, start on your hands and knees on the ground. Push your first knuckle closest to your wrist into the ground on your 4 fingers of each hand. Rock forwards over your hand so you feel a stretch in the front of your fingers. Repeat this 10 times. Really try to keep each of your knuckles connected to the ground, even on your little finger. On the 10th repetition, you're going to hold the stretch for 10 seconds. You can slowly increase the stretch by leaning forwards a little bit. For the next one, place the backs of your hands and wrists on the ground with your fingers facing towards each other. Bend and straighten your elbows 10 times. Each time you straighten your elbows, you should feel a stretch in the back of your wrist. The further apart you place your hands, the more difficult you make the stretch. Try and keep the entire back of your hand against the ground. You just need to do 10 repetitions. There's no hold for this one. Then flip your hands back over and place them under your shoulders. This time push your entire hand into the ground, up to the wrist. You're going to rock forwards over your hands so that you feel a stretch in the front of your wrist. Repeat this 10 times. Each time you go forwards, see if you can get a little bit deeper into the stretch. If you want to go even deeper, you can bring your knees back a bit. You can even go up onto your toes like a push-up. And on the 10th repetition, you're going to hold the stretch for 10 seconds, really feeling it in the front of your wrists. Flip your hands over again, place the back of your hands on the ground, fingers facing towards each other. Then lift your hands up. Your fingers will stay on the ground, so the movement is through your first knuckle on your 8 fingers. This is almost feels a bit more like a strengthening exercise. You won't feel such a deep stretch with this one. And repeat this one 10 times. Next, get up into a push-up position on your hands and toes. You're going to do a push-up, but instead of bending your elbows, keep your arms straight, and the movement is through your shoulder blades. As you come down, your shoulder blades squeeze together, and as you go back up, really push away the floor, really push deep into your shoulder blades away from the floor. Repeating this 10 times. Then for the next exercise, you'll need a broomstick. Hold on to the stick with both hands. Start with your hands a little bit further apart on the stick. Bring the stick up and over your head and then down towards your bum. Really try and keep your arms straight as you bring it up over your head. Repeat this 10 times. This is a fantastic mobility exercise for the shoulders. Almost everyone has restriction in the shoulders. As you get a bit warmer, you can bring your hands closer together on the stick, and the closer your hands are together, the more you'll be getting mobility into the shoulders. Really try and keep your arms straight as you bring it up over your head. Okay, that's the first round, so we're going to do the whole thing again. Back onto your hands and knees. We're going to start with the finger and knuckle mobilization. Really keeping your fingers on the ground, each of your 4 fingers of each hand pushing into the ground. Rock over the front of your hands and your fingers and feel a stretch in the front of your fingers. You'll notice that your dominant hand is probably much less mobile, so try and focus on bringing some stretching into that side. And on the 10th repetition, hold for 10 seconds. And switch your hands over, place the backs of your hands and the wrists on the ground, fingers facing towards each other, bending and straightening your elbows 10 times. When you come up, when your elbows straighten, you really feel the stretch in the back of your wrist and the back of your hand. Try and keep the whole hand flat, so even the back of your thumb almost, the back of your wrist on the thumb side flat on the ground. Repeat 10 times. And then flip your hands over again, place them under your shoulders. We're going to do the wrist mobility, so rocking forwards over your hands, keeping the entire hand up into the wrist, flat against the ground. Each time you rock forward, see if you can get a little bit further into the stretch, a little bit deeper into the mobility of your wrists. Repeat this 10 times. And on the last repetition, you're going to hold again for 10 seconds. As you hold, you can even try and come a little bit deeper into the stretch. And then last one for the wrists. Flip your hands over, back of your hands on the ground. Movement is through the first knuckle, so lifting your arms and your hands, keeping your fingers against the ground. A bit more of a kind of strengthening push-up with your wrists, keeping your fingers on the ground. Repeat this one 10 times. Now we're going to do the scapular mobility into the push-up position, coming down through the shoulder blades. So keep your arms straight, keep your elbows not locked but straight, and really push the floor away when you come up. Really extend through the shoulder blades, and as you come down, try and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep your glutes engaged, keep your pelvis tilted posteriorly. 10 repetitions. And then to finish off the broomstick, we're going to do another 10 repetitions, keeping the arms straight as you lift the broomstick over your head. Really feel the movement come into the shoulders, mobilizes all parts of the shoulder joint here. You can bring your hands a little bit closer together as you warm up a bit. repetitions. It's a great mobility for the shoulders.